All right, walking up the hill with Mr. George Gammon. And so these Medellin hills they're pretty serious.
It's like San Francisco, isn't it?
I was surprisingly, I've never been to San Francisco.
Oh yeah? Okay.
But I can imagine it probably is very hilly. So
yeah.
With that being the case, we are on the streets now. Just had a great breakfast. I'm all mic'd up, as you can see, doing a little tour of some real estate stuff here. So I have a gang of questions, and I just want to get them answered and get the lay of the land and find out what's going on in Medellin, because there's always opportunity, as I mentioned, outside our problems that we have just happening everywhere. So, George, let me give you a question real quick.
Sure.
Based upon your time here in Medellin, what's been some of the most drastic changes due to the economy here? Like pros, cons for people who wanted to, I guess, either consider moving here.
Yeah.
What would be some opportunity? What would be an immediate opportunity you think people can take advantage of?
Well, the biggest change that I've seen from an economic standpoint has been the brand of Colombia. And when I look at countries, I always see them as a consumer brand. Like, as an example, Coca-Cola has a brand. And I think for such a long time, the United States has had this awesome brand name throughout the world. I think that's actually now in decline. But it takes a long time for that to happen. That does not happen overnight. And one thing I've seen here in Colombia is that their brand is really on the uptrend, because for so long Colombia was seen as this, you don't want to go there because you're going to get kidnapped, it's all drug dealers and Pablo Escobar, and you can see from looking around us that it's one of the most pleasant places on earth. The weather's great, just everything's amazing. But very few people outside of Colombia actually know that. But that's really changing. And it's not like if you asked 100 people in the United States, it's not like 50 of them would say, oh yeah, Colombia is amazing. But it's gone from maybe one person saying that to 5 people saying that. And that's a huge increase. And so what does that mean for the economy? That means that the amount of tourists that are here on an annual basis is just going up exponentially. When I first started coming here in 2015, you'd see tourists in the area where I am, in the 𝗙𝗘𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 area.
Yeah.
But you'd see a lot of Colombians too. And now it's just, my goodness, just the amount of Europeans and Aussies and Australians and gringos coming down, Canadians. It's just unbelievable to see such a drastic difference. And that means more money coming into the country.
Yeah.
That means a great opportunity for people in the lower end of the economic spectrum to start moving up the ladder. And it brings in a lot of what we call in economics FDI. So that's foreign direct investment. Meaning guys like me come in with my dollars and I convert them into pesos to start doing business here or buying properties and renovating them. That creates jobs. And that's the result of that foreign direct investment coming in. But it all goes back to the brand of Colombia becoming better and better and better. And so that's probably the biggest economic change I've seen.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you for sharing that.
Sure.
And so, as always, I'm going to be plugging along and asking questions as we go along and providing a little bit of different insight to what's happening in Colombia from all types of perspectives. So, all right, getting out the elevator. Excited. So right now, as you guys can see, I'm at one of the properties here. Like, excited to get a chance to tour it a little bit and see what's going on in here. So let's excited to tour the property a little bit and go in here and see how George Gammon has turned 501 into a place to live in. So let's see what we got here. Wow. It's not bad at all. Got the elevated ceilings, nice viewpoint, the view. That's gonna be kind of blurry so you guys won't be able to see it, but this is a very nice place. Got Mr. George Gammon over my shoulder over there. Got some of his guys putting in some work. So the scenery, once again, unimaginable. It's beautiful, man. Like just all the green. And then over here, if you guys can see, on that side over there, or over there, as you guys can see, we got a little bit of Medellin, the city area. So we're up in the hills a little bit, so it took a minute to get here. I definitely was sweating some, but I want to give you a little quick little rundown of what's going on here, and then keep it moving. There's a couple more places I want to take a look at. So.
David did a back cut 45 on that too, Tom. Did you see that? You know, I always try to. Yeah. I always tell him to do that on the I guarantee you what.
Going to the back room area. One of the bedrooms here. Nice, spacious, slanted ceilings. All still under construction. Bathroom coming along good. Got the master bedroom. Permiso. Built-in closet. Got the hers on this side. The his on that side. Bathroom here. This place is pretty nice. Here's the back view. Get a chance to see more of Medellin outside the back bedroom window. I'm just still amazed by all this greenery. And then that view there. So more stuff to come. All right, so back at it. So, Mr. George Gammon is one of his properties here. And you guys saw a little bit of B-roll as far as the footage or whatever. But it's coming along quite well. I remember seeing this on your YouTube channel a while back, before. So I'm starting to see a little bit of the after, and it's coming together quite well. So for those that might have an interest or want to find out more, what are your thoughts, like, based upon what it is now, all you put into it, what do you see it when it's all finalized, rather, and how much longer before you think they're done and things of that nature?
So I bought this project about 5 months ago. We started renovating it about 3 months ago, but we had quite a delay during the Christmas holiday because the workers said the HOA doesn't allow you to do work and whatnot. So we've got about another, I mean, my general contractor says we've got about another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot if we had another. I'm guessing about another 5 weeks to be safe. I bought this for around 130,000 US. I'm putting about 50,000 in it US. And when we get done, we expect it to appraise for probably 250 US total. So I'll be all in. My cost basis is 180,000, and then we'll sell it for about 250,000. That's kind of the goal.
Nice. Okay, well, so I appreciate you sharing that. So let's keep moving. Keep it going.
All right, yeah, we got another project to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Looking forward to it. All right, we made it to apartment number 2. And once again, it's only getting better. And so I've learned a lot about real estate, man. That's one thing that I mentioned about opportunities, and just for me, education. Education opens the doors up to anything, because the more you know, the more you can look to strategize and implement around the information you receive. So definitely enjoying finding more out about real estate, especially real estate outside the country in Medellin. So once again, apartment is great. I'm loving it, and it's always highlighted by the viewpoint behind me, which you guys really can't see. But the view here, we're on the 9th floor with this one, so this is a platinum apartment, George said. So walking in the apartment here is apartment number 901, the Platinum Estate. Mr. George Gammon back at it again, round 2. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
This is nice, open, spacious. Oh my goodness. Complete rehab. Tearing out walls and making skylights and all types of things here. Nice open floor plan. Can't beat that. Take a look at the bedrooms real quick. Yeah. Take a look at these bedrooms. We got the master room, that's the bedroom here, and then we got here more of an office style bathroom. Then I want to really show you. You walk outside your office, you got Medellin all around. A lot of greenery, all types of wildlife. Surprisingly, I've seen all types of wildlife in this area thus far. Keep it moving. The master of the master bed suites. Refabbing the jacuzzi there. We got this whole little shebang here. Skylight tearing out everything. Good stuff here. So, George, it's great to see the Platinum Estate. And so on the 9th floor here, the entire floor belongs to this one estate here. So give us the rundown on this. What inspired you to call it the Platinum Estate, and the process from the purchase all the way to the time you're looking to get rid of it? What are your thoughts and price and numbers? Give us some numbers out there.
Okay, sure. So the name originated from one of the last projects that we did. We called the Gold Apartment because the three of us, my general contractor and his wife, my designer, we picked out this giant gold colored faucet. So right when you walk in, you see the kitchen and it's just boom right there. So we always called it the Gold Apartment.
Yeah.
So a few months later, I bought this. I'm like, well, what should we call this one? Because I have no clue what the street names are. And I don't know the address or anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I guess Platinum. That's just the next metal that I could think of.
So you're going to get the Platinum sink as well to set it off, or no?
I don't think I'll do that. I think that's out of budget. But I don't really think too hard about the names. It's just kind of whatever pops in my mind. That's what we go with. But that's how we got the name. This one I was really excited about because, like I was saying with the footage that we were doing for Thomas, in real estate you make money on the buy side. And with this one, I found an extremely motivated seller, just like you would in the United States. So when you're in the U.S. and you're driving by like a billboard that's like "We buy ugly houses," or you always see those bandit signs like on the corner that "We buy houses for cash" or whatever.
A lot of those in Detroit.
yeah, I can imagine. That's what those people are trying to do. They're trying to find motivated sellers. So this was just, I think actually Joaquin found this apartment just randomly by talking to the portero, the security guard. And he said, there's a house or an apartment's for sale up there. So we contacted the agent. This person actually had one. A lot of times people just sell them themselves. But we walked through the agent, and here's a good negotiating tactic that I always use, that if you guys are in real estate, or regardless whether you're buying a car or what you're buying, you want to do this. So when we were talking to the real estate agent, I said, okay, well, how long has it been on the market, number one, and then why are they selling? And most of the sellers back in the States are sophisticated enough to kind of maybe not answer that question because of incriminating evidence there. But here they're just like, oh wow, it's been on the market for 6 months and they are desperate to sell. Oh my gosh, you should see, they have got bills and they've got debt up to their eyeballs and they need to sell this fast.
They come out and give it all to you.
Yeah, they're telling me that. I'm like, wow, okay. Yikes. So we just went in with, I didn't, I still gave him a fair offer, but another good negotiating tip that you guys could use is this property as an example. They were asking like 480 million, and I can do the math for you later. But we came in at initially 360. And that's not because I wanted to buy it at 360. Even when people are buying a home for their own residence, if the home's listed at 500,000, they'll feel like, oh my gosh, should I even go in at like 498, or am I offending them? So you want to get that out of your mind. So the whole reason that you submit the first offer is just to see how much they'll come down in price, because it's just like you're playing poker and they're kind of showing you their cards. So this is a perfect example. I came in at 360 just to get them to show me the cards, and they went from 480 like all the way down to like 420 in their first counter. So then I matched that information up with the information that the agent gave me. And I'm like, okay, the agent's right. They really, really need to sell. So my next offer, I just came up to 375, and they took it. So the moral of the story, or kind of going back to that strategy of just shooting out that lowball number just to see how far they come down. If they would have gone from 480 down to like 470, then I would have known to actually get the apartment, if I really wanted it, I'd have to go from 360 like all the way up to probably 425 to try to meet somewhere in the middle. So it's all about just collecting as much information and using that as a negotiating tactic.
So it sounds like they really overpriced it to see what the initial offer, or whoever might be offering something, what they come in with, and then based upon where they're at. Obviously, they dropped it significantly, which lets me know it was probably either overpriced, I don't know real estate like that, but either extremely overpriced, or they just want to get as much as they can out of it, like anybody would want to, and then see where the first offer comes in.
Or they're a motivated seller.
Or extremely motivated because they dropped that.
They just need the money, and they need it fast.
Yeah.
And so you say, well, I don't feel as that's taking advantage of the situation because it's a win-win for both parties.
Yeah.
They need the liquidity.
Right.
I have the liquidity, and no one else has the liquidity or is willing to pay at that price, or they would have sold it 6 months ago. It wouldn't still be on the market.
Right.
So it's a win-win. They get the liquidity. I get the apartment. You got it at a very cheap price because we paid less for this one than we did for the art apartment. So the art apartment, we paid $130,000 for it. This one, $115,000. The art apartment's 1,700 square feet. This one's over 2,000 square feet. We've got the entire floor, and we've got much better views. I don't know if you went out to the terrace.
I didn't know. We'll in a second.
Yeah, the views here are fantastic. So this is like an ideal apartment, and it'll go at a premium price when everything is done. So I'm in at 115. We'll probably drop 50 or 60 on the remodel. This one as well. The difference is when this one is done, because of the views, because of the proximity, the size, it'll probably, let's see, I'm just doing the math, I would say 330-ish. So the art apartment will appraise for about 250. This will appraise for probably 325, 330, 330,000 US. But my cost basis will be about $15,000 less on this one. So the margins on this one are just obscene.
Yeah.
And to be clear, I don't want you guys to think that, oh my gosh, I need to head down to Medellin because you make such money. You do. I mean, feel free to come on down. You can make more money on flips down here than you can make in the United States because the margins are higher. But to be clear, I only find a deal like this maybe once every 2 years. It's not like I'm finding these things all the time. Yeah. It's really kind of the perfect storm of everything coming together.
Yeah, sweet. All right, so that's a little bit of a rundown here. So yeah, definitely, once again, it's more education, more ways of getting figures and numbers and learning the real estate game for myself. I'm a newbie into this, so I'm excited because I'm learning. So thank you.
Sure.
We're back in the streets of Medellin. I'm on something called the 𝗙𝗘𝗗𝗓𝗪.
Yeah.
And say it again.
Mía de Oro.
Mía de Oro. So O-R-O, gold. Whenever you say the word gold,
there you go.
My ears perk up. So you throwing out all the precious metals talk, platinum, gold, even though palladium just hit an all-time high at $2,600, I think, or 23 or whatever. So people ask me about palladium, what's my thoughts on palladium? And I personally haven't really gotten into it. So what are your thoughts, George, quickly? I don't want to draw it out, but it just came to mind. I'm trying to cross the street, so it might not be a good time to ask questions, but
on palladium?
On palladium, yeah. As a precious metal, because it's not a conventional precious metal.
Yeah, Jason Hartman asked me that question the other day, and my honest answer is I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it at all. I really, like most people, probably just focused on gold and silver.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that as well as I would like as far as the intricate details. What I do know is that for me personally, I like to keep 10% or more of my portfolio in what I consider insurance.
Yeah.
And really the only true insurance for me is physical gold.
Yeah.
But that stuff, I haven't gotten down into the nitty gritty, which actually will change, I think. I've been thinking about traveling to some other countries, like for gold storage, to interview those types of companies for my channel and kind of get more into the weeds. But palladium, I don't know.
Yeah. And so just the terminology itself, I remember having David Morgan on, and we were talking about the importance as time moves forward of getting into terminology. And even Alan Myers on our Wise Talk talks about just the verbiage of using the words money, currency, and everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this next decade, or this current decade we're entering into, using the word money has been very loosely thrown out there because we don't know the distinction. We forgot the distinction between debt-based IOUs and money in the form of gold and silver. So just in your, your explanation there of looking at gold as an insurance. But if we were to go back 100 years, when gold was quote unquote money and our great grandparents or whatever, it's interesting how over the last couple of generations, because of the dumbing down of our education system and lack of awareness on the issues we're now facing with monetary policy, do you foresee the words gold and money becoming a primary word where people start changing their vocabulary when they talk about currency and money?
I don't know if they'll change their vocabulary, but I definitely think people are going to redefine what the words money and currency actually mean, because right now, to your point, they're in our society, they're conflated.
Yeah.
And people see currency as money. And to take it a step further, people see currency and currency and money as purchasing power.
Yeah.
And this may shock some people, but I actually I don't.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I don't really look at it that way. I more like to focus on purchasing power, not necessarily being a result of having money.
Yeah.
But your purchasing power is a result of your productivity. And gold is just a way, or any money, because it has to be a store of value, technically. Any type of money or store of value is just a way to store your excess productivity. But it doesn't start with money. It doesn't start with currency. It doesn't even start with gold. It starts with your productivity.
I like that. I like that way to put that down. Purchasing power. So ultimately, like the Colombian peso, as I mentioned on the vlog yesterday, when I got here, out of concern with just not want to flash money in my hand, I didn't bother to read the fine print of. I just saw, I think it was a 20 or 50, and so I didn't read the meal part. And so I'm looking like, okay, I took out 200,000, but they gave me. So I'm like, wow, what's going on here? So I didn't question it. I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out later. But just the difference in currencies and purchasing power and whatnot. So I'm interested in diving further into talking currency as far as the peso and purchasing power, because clearly the exchange of dollars to pesos go a lot further here, hands down, like anywhere else around the world. So I think that's one of the advantages of being able to take advantage of rethinking the dollar by putting them to use for things that you enjoy right now.
Yeah, because one of my rules of investing is buy things when they're cheap and sell them when they're expensive. And right now the dollar, relatively speaking, compared to some other currencies, is expensive. It's not at, I wouldn't call it a bubble like it was back in the 80s, but that's where it got to its all-time high before they did the Plaza Accord. But it's definitely expensive, and there are a lot of assets that are denominated in other currencies that are cheap.
Good deal. All right, so right there, about to go to another apartment and down back. So, all right, we're at apartment number 3, and so excited, man. This is it's getting better. It's getting better. So interesting day, beautiful day. About to look at an actual finished product, and so this apartment is done. And I think as of Saturday, someone's moving in officially. So give you guys a chance to see what's going on in this one. Oh, look, Mr. George Gammon. Here we are. The gold.
That's it right there.
Oh man, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. So this is what it looks like to finish a project from start to finish.
Yep.
Complete refab and everything included. Someone's moving in 48 hours, give or take.
Yeah, we've had a renter in here, and they moved out a couple weeks ago. So now we got a brand new renter coming in on Saturday. They think are going to be here for at least 3 months. And then we go from there. This thing rents very, very quickly due to the location.
Yeah.
And you get a really good price as well. Partly because of the location, partly because we really put a lot of time and attention into the remodel itself. So it's got a lot of that wow factor, which people are willing to pay for.
Yeah, wow indeed. So all the gold accented, little handcrafted lighting.
And the zebra wood, actually, this is very unique, and you'll never find this in Colombia. You'll rarely find it in the States, but we actually had to import sheets of this zebra wood and have it fabricated onto a piece of plywood, then sanded down and glued together, and then here beneath the big screen, just to get a little more pop.
Little pop. Nice, fully furnished.
Yep.
Man, this is
Jacuzzi tub for the master bedroom. 2-person jacuzzi tub. You can come in here with your wife or your date or whomever, chill out, have a glass of wine, watch Rethinking the Dollar, of course.
the closet area, nice and open. I like that.
Yeah, we started doing that, and it was just kind of a concept that I like because I like keeping my clothes neat and kind of in order by color.
Yeah.
And kind of using it a closet more of a display. And we put the glass in here, so if you want to put your ties or whatever, you can see it. You don't have to wonder kind of what you have in there. You don't. Or for the ladies, a lot of times they like to put their jewelry case in there, and then kind of put a mirror here, do their makeup. So or sunglasses, you know, or if you had a watch collection.
Yeah.
So you could just have it in there, looking right at it. And then this bathroom is something we're very proud of as well. Not just the double vanity, but these slate stone tile are very hard to find. We've got a rain shower in here, and it just kind of flows. There's no door to it. It's all tile, drains right down into the river rock, which we actually had to have someone go to the rock quarry, and they picked out each one of these stones individually because you have to find them that are really round.
Yeah.
You don't want them flat. So we did that to kind of give that Zen type feel. But then this is glass. I don't know if the viewers can see that. So you can take a shower and you can look, and you're looking straight out into the jacuzzi, or from this side you're looking right out at the bed. So it kind of gives it that sexy vibe. Bedroom, and the guest has their own bath and walk-in closet, and not too bad for a guest room. Something very comfortable and enjoyable. We put AC. And the reason it's on the outside is because you can't do centralized AC because it's all brick and concrete.
Yeah.
So you got to do it on the exterior.
Something wonderful is about to happen. I like that. All right, so this is the third apartment, the last one, the gold estate. As you guys can see there, we got a little gold there. And so, it's been great just having a chance to walk the streets of Medellin and see what's going on and get educated and get caught up to speed on the real estate area and just educate myself. So once again, education is key, and especially if it creates opportunities. So this trip has been all about education and figuring out how to strategize to implement some of the things down the line. So learning a lot, got more stuff to do, more things to get done. So we're gonna keep it moving, and once we finish up here, moving on. So more to come.